I have lived with type 2 diabetes for many years, and I remember how relieved I felt the first time I found a list of diabetic-friendly foods. Finally, something clear. Finally, something safe. But then I ate those foods, and my blood sugar still spiked. If you have type 2 diabetes, you have probably searched for diabetic-friendly foods too. Lists come up everywhere. Top foods, best foods, safe foods. For a moment, those lists feel reassuring. Until your numbers do not cooperate, that moment creates confusion and often guilt. But the issue is not the food. It is the explanation. Most food list videos show what to eat. They rarely explain how those foods behave inside a real day. Here is the calm truth. There are foods that generally support steadier blood sugar, but no food works in isolation. Once you understand that, food lists stop feeling like rules and start feeling like tools. Most people are not struggling because they chose the wrong vegetable. They are struggling because timing, portions, stress, and routine change how that vegetable behaves, and without context, even good foods feel unpredictable. That is why I created a free guide called the Type 2 Protocol. It explains how foods interact with timing, portions, movement, and daily routine in plain language. It is not a diet plan. It is not a restriction list. It is a starting point that helps you see patterns so you are not left guessing. You can find it linked in the description if that would be helpful. Now, let us talk about what these lists usually include and what they miss. Diabetic-friendly food lists often highlight vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and lower sugar options. Those foods help because they slow digestion, reduce glucose load, and support insulin sensitivity. But the food itself is only one input. A plate of vegetables eaten alone behaves differently than vegetables eaten with protein. A healthy meal eaten late at night behaves differently than the same meal earlier in the day. Stress hormones can raise blood sugar even when food choices stay the same. This is why people say, "I ate the right foods, but my numbers were high." This works sometimes, but not always. That is not failure. That is biology. Blood sugar responds to combinations, not categories. When people realize this, something shifts. Instead of asking, "Is this food allowed?" they begin asking, "How does this food behave inside my routine?" That question creates predictability. Foods that are generally supportive tend to share a few traits. They digest more slowly. They are easier to pair with protein and fiber. They create less glucose pressure. But even supportive foods can spike blood sugar if eaten in the wrong context. This is why chasing longer and longer food lists eventually leads to burnout. Control does not come from memorizing foods. It comes from stabilizing inputs. This is also where some people benefit from awareness tools. A glucose monitor can show how your body responds to certain foods and timing. A simple food log can reveal which meals are reliably stable for you. These tools are not requirements. They are learning aids. If you want to explore tools that help you understand patterns instead of guessing, you can check the links below. Here is the belief that matters most. If a food on a diabetic-friendly list raised your blood sugar, it does not mean the list was wrong. It means the context changed. Blood sugar spikes are predictable when you look at the full picture. Small, consistent changes matter more than perfect food choices. This is why people who improve long-term usually stop chasing new lists. They simplify. They repeat meals that work. They adjust timing instead of constantly changing foods. This is also where structure becomes helpful. The Type 2 Protocol, which is free, helps you understand how foods fit into daily routines without turning meals into tests you can't pass. Many people use it as a reference when confusion starts creeping back in. For those who want a complete system, there is also the Type 2 Reversal Framework Guide. It walks through food selection, meal structure, timing, and how to adapt calmly when numbers fluctuate. It is designed for people who want clarity and consistency instead of piecing advice together. That guide is also linked in the description for anyone ready to go deeper. There is no urgency. There are no extremes, just understanding. Diabetic-friendly foods are supports. not solutions. Understanding how they work restores control, and control makes consistency possible. Start with the Type 2 protocol to understand how foods behave in your routine. Explore the Type 2 Reversal Framework Guide if you want the full daily system.